right, so let's go ahead and get into. I like the what's more likely stuff that we can dive into because this is always ridiculous and unhinged most of the time. It's presented by BetSaracen. The best betting app is BetSaracen. I'll get it right. Download on your iPhone or Android today. Get to betting here in the state of Arkansas and check out all the different specials that they have to choose from there. And going to do a little bit what's more likely for the Razorbacks this week. You can play along in the chat if you'd like and let us know what you'd like to do. So how about this, fellas? What's more likely, Arkansas to make a game-winning field goal from 50 yards or a game-winning touchdown from 10 yards?
Game-winning touchdown from 10 yards.
Easy the touchdown.
Yeah. You think so?
Know. I really genuinely don't know.
I get it, and I understand why you put this out there. But yeah.
What would be what about a touchdown, game-winning touchdown from 2 yards out? Because I feel like that one's even more difficult.
If you said game-winning touchdown pass from 10 yards or 2 yards or something, I might start considering it.
All right, so yeah, I'll do it then. How about that game-winning touchdown pass from 10 yards out?
I'd probably still say that over a 50-yard field goal, but it's like I would think about it a lot harder.
What was the distance on the Cam Little field goal that he missed? Like 37?
Yeah, it was sub 40. I know that. I think it was
Cam Little's missing 37 yarders with the game on the line. Kyle Ramsey ain't booting a 50-yarder. You could put it as a 75-yard touchdown. I'd probably still go the touchdown.
But Andrew, it's in a dome.
It is in a dome, but that means Taylon Green's rocking arm is going to be able to reach any limit, so it doesn't matter.
Man. Well, I think Razorback fans will take either one of these, but I'd probably lean towards the same, like on the touchdown. But the field goal thing is still like we've seen kickers that even at Arkansas who have missed ones that should have been made easily, but then they go out there and they boot 50 yards. I think Adam McFain was one of those kickers that felt like he would do that pretty often. So, all right. And guy we just talked about, how about this? What's more likely? Landon Jackson gets 2 sacks or Luke Hasz gets 5 receptions?
Jeez.
I actually think it's Jackson. He's had a couple multi-sack games in his career. I mean, obviously I had the Bama game last year, but I think he also had one against South Carolina a couple years ago. Like, I think he does seem to get them in bunches kind of. I think he could get 2 sacks because I think 5 receptions for Luke Hasz, like, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to have 5 receptions the next 3 games.
Well, here's the thing. Like Landon Jackson is 100% in control of whether or not he gets 2 sacks. Luke Hasz is not in control of if he has the ball thrown to him 5 times. So I would go with Jackson.
Man, it's crazy. I might say Luke Hasz. I don't know. I feel like because coaches, this is maybe a weird way of looking at it, because coaches are going to be targeting Landon Jackson, be aware of him, and they're going to try to scheme and try to maybe double team him or whatever, because they still know that he's a great player. But I feel like maybe because of how Andrew Armstrong is going to get targeted more and, trying to watch the run game, trying to watch Taylon, maybe that opens up. But either way, they're both pretty unlikely just considered how things have gone this year. So that's the point of asking what's more likely.
That's why it was a good question.
How about this one? And what's more likely? Taylon Green leads the team in rushing or Isaiah Satania leads the team in reception or receiving yards?
Well, both happened last week. How about that?
I know. So that's what I'm saying. So will it happen again?
I think Satania actually still is the one I lean towards just slightly. I mean, I think Taylon Green's always going to be a candidate to lead Arkansas in rushing. But I think Satania could make a couple big plays like he did last week, where all it takes is one big one for him to lead the team in receiving yards. And I think Taylon, you've got the sacks, which are a factor here too. Jaquinta Jackson's the best back in the SEC, so you imagine he's going to lead Arkansas in rushing a lot. I actually like Satania in this one.
I'm going Green. When's the last time we've seen an Arkansas receiver not named Andrew Armstrong stat games?
Yeah, that is true. Back to back, he'd be doing it back to back times. Yeah.
If he does, that would be awesome, because then I would stop saying Arkansas has 1.5 receivers, and I could legitimately say they have 2.
It's 2. Yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely be able to say that.
I'll also go with Green. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, you're also absolutely right, though, Andrew, about like the sack yardage and everything. And this does seem like a Jaquinta Jackson kind of game.
Yeah. Well, given the circumstances of Texas A&M and their rush defense is not very good, I like Taylon Green in that one, that situation. And this is also really random, but can we stop making QB kneels be negative yardage for quarterbacks?
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up, John. I lost money on Patrick Mahomes the other day. I had him at it was like plus 200 to have 30 rushing yards. and he had 30. And then there were 3 kneel downs. He ended up with like 16 yards, and they were like 9-yard kneel downs too. It was crazy. He was like running around back there. It was insane. Because sometimes I've noticed that they'll do it where it's like team whatever, even in the NFL. But the way that the Chiefs were doing it, he was running around in circles trying to kill time. That really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, I get it. You're gonna have to. Someone's got to get the stat. In the book, someone has to get the negative yards. But yeah.
Also, college football just makes sacks not count for quarterback rushing yards. That's how the NFL does it, and it's never been an issue. Like, I don't know if sacks should necessarily count against the rushing yards.
Agreed.
All right. So, what's more likely, Arkansas to not commit a turnover or to get 2 non-offensive touchdowns?
No turnover, I feel like. 2 non-offensive touchdowns is tough. Now, A&M literally did it to Arkansas last year. And there's been, we talked about it yesterday. There's been a lot of non-offensive touchdowns in this series lately. But I still think Arkansas, they turned the ball over a good bit. I think they've turned it over in every game except for the first one, right? I could see them just being ultra conservative and, maybe not being as high-powered as they've been lately, but maybe less stupid stuff. I could see the no turnover.
I think I like what you said about conservative. I think that's the key word. This is going to be the point in the season where they maybe simplify things or cater things a little bit better to Taylor Green. And, I would imagine his throwing attempts are going to go down, and the throws that he's going to be asked to make, aside from, the Satania plays where he has to escape and do something crazy, I think it's going to be way more advantageous for him.
I'm going to go with Arkansas getting 2 offensive touchdowns because of the craziness of this game. I think that maybe they can reverse course a little bit. I still think Satania is going to get a punt return for a touchdown this year. I think it's going to happen. And
I hope so.
And I think it would be in this one. And then I could also see, because it would be at the beginning too. A&M throws a pick, and it's a pick 6 right there, like on their side of the field, whatever. I could totally see it happening. So, but I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be obnoxious if it ends up being Hudson Clark getting the pick 6. Like, you're just.
Well, our boy Blake here just said Hudson Clark multi-touchdown game. I'm surprised your brain didn't go there first.
No, even I have limits when it comes to my fandom of the no-fly zone. But still, that would be huge. So this game is always crazy and close. So how about this? What's more likely? Arkansas blows out Texas A&M, or Texas A&M blows out Arkansas?
Texas A&M blows out Arkansas.
Okay. Why is that?
Just because I've said the opposite in every other game this year.
We really have said that. We said that about Oklahoma State, where we were like, if one team's getting blown out, it ain't Arkansas. Felt that way about Auburn, and I feel like we were right on both counts. But I think I agree with Curtis, only because the 2 strongest areas of their team are defensive line and offensive line. And that's when you win both of those, you typically can blow teams out. Not to say that Arkansas can't blow A&M out. I absolutely think they can. I think they can rattle Marcel Reed. It wouldn't be stunning to me if Arkansas won this game by double digits. I'm not projecting that to happen. I'm just go ahead and playing both sides of the coin. I think Arkansas could blow A&M out. I think they could blow out a lot of teams, but I think A&M is more likely to, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Man,
they just have a lot of athletes, man. A lot of talent, a lot of athletes, really good on both sides of the line of scrimmage. I don't think they're a team that is going to get blown out by really anybody, frankly. I don't think A&M is going to get blown out by Bama. Maybe Georgia blows them out or whatever. I don't know who they play, but I don't think A&M is built to really get blown out.
No, I get that element, but then there's still just when Arkansas, I'm hoping one time we get to see them play their A game. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping at one point in time this year, they play their A game. And if they play their A game, I think they could easily blow out Texas A&M if they played their A game. But until we see it, it's hard to predict. But I'm kind of with y'all as far as Texas A&M doing it, just because of the circumstances and how Arkansas is Arkansas, and they always will be. They're going to make it weird and interesting and close with everybody, no matter what. Even if they are significantly better, no matter what, they're going to be close against them. And I think it's, and when I say blowout, by the way, folks, it's I consider a blowout a 3-score game. If you lose by 3
points.
Yeah, 17 points or above. I feel like that'd be the case. So, but yeah, let's.
And I'll be honest, I don't think we're seeing a blowout this weekend. I think it's going to be a 1 possession, comes down to the last couple possessions type of thing.
Yeah, I could see that too, which I'm kind of hopeful that it happens that way. just for the sake of entertainment. And man, again, if Arkansas wins this game, it's going to be fun. Post game show after that.
Oh yeah.
And if they lose again in the same fashion that they always have, it'll also still be very fun here in the post game show for Potted That.